that require you to put theory references into your answer. So, some question examples. Why is market segmentation important in business to consumer and business to business marketing? It requires you to compare and contrast segmentation in both. Why are they similar? Why are they different? What is the difference in the approaches? Why do those differences still mean that they're important in both types of marketing? The question predicates a structure to the answer. Another direct question. Is ABC, always be closing, still a relevant maxim in personal selling? Why? It asks you to evaluate it and then asks you to state why you evaluated it in that way. It's asking for an opinion, but it's an informed opinion. It's asking you to justify the opinion based in marketing theory. Another direct question. Why is the choice of marketing channels a crucial management decision? Notice, crucial management decision. It is expanding out the aspect of marketing into the holistic view of the business. So it's talking about value chain type approaches. What factors should be considered? In other words, tell us what you know about channel marketing and how to choose channels to market. Basing it in theory. Basing it in how you best design something for the best competitive advantage of the firm, which is where it overlaps into management theory. There's another direct one on the bottom. Some of the more up-to-date ways that we phrase some of the direct questions. Why is the new product development considered so important in marketing? So you have to understand what product development is. You have to understand the role that it plays in business, in marketing. You have to understand the role that it plays in a changing marketplace. So you have to be able to relate it to Pestel. So you have to be able to relate it to technological and sociological changes. You have to be able to relate it to consumer behaviour, consumer theory. You might want to relate it to the concept of buying. You might want to relate it to the concept of Everett Rogers and the diffusion of innovations. It's not so simple a question anymore, is it? Identify 3 examples of collecting market research data. What are the pros and cons of each? In other words, describe 3 research methods. What are they good at? What are they not good at? Why is the exchange of value considered a fundamental concept in marketing? Goes right back to the first couple of weeks of the first term. When we talked about utility, we talked about the exchange of value in economic terms, we talked about it in satisfaction terms. But then you can link this forward into everything that we've done on customer satisfaction, on CRM, on lifetime value, etc., etc. You could also expand it into a theory of ethics. And the exchange of value isn't just about value in monetary terms, it's exchange of value in Maslow's hierarchy terms. Again, not quite so simple a question when you start to think of what is actually involved in it. The last one is fairly simple, the ethical principle. So, the other one that were favourites, we like giving you this. Discuss the significance of one of the following articles by Theodore Levitt published in Harvard Business Review, either Markets in Myopia or The Globalization of Markets. Okay, right about now, a lot of you are going to go, but we haven't covered those. Yes, we have. I've referred you to those on several occasions during the course. I told you right at the start of the course, the lectures are the backbone of the course. You are readers as undergraduates. You are required to go and read for yourself the background materials. If it's on the course list, you will have been expected to read it. You have a few weeks to rectify that situation if you haven't yet. More normally, we would give you a direct quote in this manner. Brands are the heart of marketing and business strategy. Marketing is about the decommoditisation of products, according to Peter Doyle in Business Management and Strategy. Discuss. So how do you start a question like this? What is it asking you for if it's a discussion?
Evaluate the validity of the statement.
Okay, evaluate the validity of the statement. How do you do that? You discuss the arguments for and you discuss the arguments against. It's asking you for a reasoned, balanced argument, and then for you to make a decision as to which side of that argument you come down on. I told you in several lectures, I'm not here to tell you how to think. I'm here to point out the areas to you, and for you to then to go away and do the research into those areas for yourselves, and come to your own opinion about things. This is exactly what this type of question is requiring you to have done. You can't answer it unless you've got some information about brands and what branding is and what business strategy is and how business strategy revolves in a lot of cases around brand strategy these days for bigger businesses. It means that you're probably going to have to use some examples. So you're probably going to have to throw somebody like Apple or Coke or somebody like that into it, and how the actual business strategy of Apple is based around product development, based around branding. We don't normally give you something this long, but I did throw this one in a couple of years ago. The following, based on the work of Al Rees and Jack Trout, appears in Wikipedia, and it's a direct lift out of their book. Positioning is something, in brackets, perception, that happens in the minds of the target market. It is the aggregate perception the market has of a particular company, product or service in relation to their perceptions of the competitors in the same category. It will happen whether or not a company's management is proactive, reactive or passive about the ongoing process of evolving in position. But a company can positively influence the perceptions through enlightened strategic actions. How would you elaborate on the Wikipedia definition of positioning? Use examples in your response. How do you go about answering it? What's the first thing you'd want to do? Well, the first thing I'd do is I'd look at the points that it's got in there, and I'd pick out all the core points and say to myself, is there anything else to do with positioning that that definition misses? If there is, you need to tease that out. If there isn't, you then, if you're going to elaborate on it, you need to then go in and define each of the terms. So what do we mean by positioning? What do we mean by target market? What do we mean by product, service, etc.? To answer this question, you have to pick the quote apart, expand on it, explain it, and then use examples. We sometimes ask you to compare and contrast. So the type of question that you would get here would be compare and contrast at least two of the following communication tools. Advertising, sponsorship, public relations, sales promotion, word of mouth references, da 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 da. Please, when it says at least two, what should you actually aim to do if you want to get good marks? 3 or more. At least 2 means if you want to pass, do 2. If you want more than a pass, you either have to be really, really good at doing just 2, or you have to be moderately good at doing 3 or 4. We also use outline questions. They're usually 2-part questions. So we would ask you, outline the role of the product life cycle theory in marketing. How is this relevant to the strategic direction of a business? So in other words, explain to us what it is and explain why it's important in managing a business. Outline the use of pastel analysis. How is this relevant to the launch of a new product in an overseas market? So it's asking you, do you understand the theory, and do you understand how it is applied in context? Outline the services marketing mix. Describe its use in a business of choice. So you outline what the different elements of the services marketing mix, the 7 Ps, but then you have to go into and explain the 7 Ps, illustrating it with a business. The questions in these cases actually show you the way you should structure